to the Freedom for Felons podcast, episode 7. I'm your host, Whitmore Merrick. Got my co-host, Swizzy, Rico Harris.
That's me.
And today, guests, we got Rob Gray and Jamey Rush, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves a little bit. These brothers are some community leaders, for sure. And today I want to expound on that relationship, and it's more about us really having a conversation, but empowering each other, and how we've been working with each other for the last few years. For real, I've been thinking about it too, but a lot of people don't see it. They don't really know. And that's cool, but at the same time, it's also cool to let people know, like, we together for real, even when y'all don't see us together. So go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, you can go first. Come in.
Whoever.
What's up? I'm Jamey Rush, director at the Haven Day Shelter, co-founder, Keys to Love, Transitional Housing, Peace in the Streets. I got many titles. I once was part of the problem. Now I'm trying to be a solution. That's about it.
Yeah, Rob Gray, co-founder, executive director of the Uhuru Foundation, which means freedom in Swahili. I've just been doing the community work for the past, 10, 11 years. Got my start at Cherry Avenue Boys and Girls Club as like a youth mentor there. Since then, started the organization. We do the Reentry work, Transitional Housing, all the wraparound supports. We, in the past, done some initiatives around gun violence, and just here to, just be a brother in the community that's doing the work. So I don't really like all the titles or whatever, but, just a brother that people can lean on doing the work and help where I can,
Definitely commend and appreciate that. And like you said, because we don't talk about it a lot, but it is important to talk about what you do. That's how things get funded. We know that. Also it's just how you make more connections too. And I'm trying to get better at that too, because a lot of times I forget a lot of the stuff that I did, and it was important and it's very impactful. So I'm glad that y'all touched on. I want to touch on a lot of those things that y'all are doing, but I always like to start from the beginning, so that people get a little bit of background on you. Were y'all born and raised in Charlottesville?
You want to go first? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was Prospect, baby. Stayed at Prospect till I was mid-teens, moved to First Street, teenager, 12, preteen. From First Street. First Street was a wild chapter, back and forth, First Street and Prospect. A lot of learning, a lot of negative stuff, but I wouldn't change nothing I did. I just felt like me going through what I went through made me the person I am today. I was solely raised by my mother. My father was around. He was an active father. Brothers, sisters in the community. My dad's family base is Edgemont, Virginia. Okay. But yeah, Charlottesville.
Definitely. How about you, Rob?
Yeah.
How was your come up?
Born and raised Edgemont, Chestnut Grove to be exact. Yeah. I'm a country boy, so all the typical country stuff growing up. Definitely an athlete, Basketball got placed in my hands at an early age, so that was like the majority of my childhood growing up, doing a lot of like AAU basketball tournaments, just playing basketball, baseball, 3-sport athlete. I went to Yancey, Walton, then graduated from Monticello. Both parent, 2-parent household, 4 siblings, 4 older sisters, and it was, my neighborhood is kind of interesting, growing up in the county, in Albemarle County. I want to say Edgemont is probably the only predominantly black neighborhood in Albemarle County. So, that was definitely interesting, and didn't really appreciate the history until I got older. Of Edgemont, which stands for East of Monticello. A lot of the during the Reconstruction era, a lot of the former slaves migrated east of Monticello from the plantation and created community there. So definitely an important piece of my journey. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, I had a pretty decent childhood growing up.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and definitely the context on the history.
On the history, right? And you know what? I never knew that.
Me either.
That was real. That just touched me though.
Yeah.
Definitely good information to know about the area for sure.
That's one thing about Bert. He gonna drop jewels, right? That I appreciate. He really don't. He don't really take credit to it, but he gonna let it be known in any setting.
He got the education.
He got the education part, right?
Yeah.
He speaks well. Like when he speak, they listen.
That's
like
important.
to actually be with him during this journey and sit back and see that. And I always tell him like, bro.
Yeah, because everybody can't talk it the same.
Nah.
And everybody don't walk it the same either.
But
too.
he
you need it all.
Yeah, but he can give it to you on each level. So I always tell him like, bro.
Having a way with words is a thing. You know what I mean?
Just
Being
be able to reach
educated is a thing.
Yeah,
especially in this line of, I wouldn't even say work, but in this field, you got to be able to communicate. People got to be able to understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a plus to be able to get your message to where a lot of people can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a gift to be able to do that. So yeah, you got to be able to do that.
Yeah, and it's great to highlight that. And when I was thinking about this podcast, I was thinking about all of our families, like definitely influential in the community. Like I come from a background of educators, you know what I mean? My grandmother was a teacher, my mother was a teacher as well, you know, and so we need to talk and keep that alive, you know what I mean? Because a lot of that people just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's crazy, right? I post Pops yesterday. Pops old bus driver, everybody know Henry. Me and
Everybody.
They hit me like, man, I never knew that was your dad. I'm like, yeah, that's my Pops, man.
And I was thinking about this the other day. It's crazy you said that he's a bus driver because I was having a conversation with somebody and it was like, yeah, Henry. I'm like, yeah, that's Bo dad. He was like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I was like, man, Henry don't play about them kids or that bus like at all. And when we was younger, we was like, man, Henry get on my nerves, man. But the appreciation we got for that now that our kids are in them situations, to know that there's bus drivers and people in the positions like that, that's taking that type of initiative to be, you know what I'm saying, for other people's children and their safety. That's crazy. That thought just hit me like the other day. I was thinking about this.
I tell people, he put me off the bus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to drop you off at the police station with him. Like you out here doing that? Yeah. Even my dad refereed too. I'm thinking he calling fouls on me. Like, man, what you doing, bro?
You
like, nah, you fake. Like, nah, you ain't this. And looking back, that's a lesson of life.
That's an example.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lesson of life.
Bro.
Like,
that's a great example.
You gonna go through these. Like, I'm gonna let you know when you effing up, cause the world gonna hit you harder.
Yep.
Not understanding that, I let the world take me and the world smash me. You know what I'm saying? But looking back on it, it was lessons, man. But
for sure.
Yeah.
That's the importance of having a father figure around, you know what I'm saying? Whether you get it then or you get it now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so that ties us into like how y'all got into the work right there. That's a great segue. So whoever wanna go.
So me, man, the work that I do is two parts, man. I got into the reentry. No, I'm gonna say the homeless first, because dealing with homeless and reentry, I was a product of reentry. But I really got into the work, man. Being in the streets, running the streets, getting money, selling drugs, we never think about the effect that it have on a person. All we thinking about is getting the money, counting the money, right? So when I started at the Haven, man, I seen so many individuals that I used to sell drugs to, or I was giving it to other people to sell it, but now I see they day to day afterwards, how the drugs affected them, how it mentally just was destroying them, and that made me want to help more. You know what I'm saying? That made me want to do more. You know what I'm saying? So in that process of me wanting to do more, I know I'm the blueprint to this because I done been on both sides. I start elevating and I rose up quick. You know what I'm saying? I rose up quick in my field. Then on the reentry side, I was a part of that, right? And I always tell people, change is scary, not knowing the outcome on the other side. So I wanted to be that support to individuals that want to change, because coming home from jail, a lot of people want change, but they don't know how to take that first initial step.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, and I always tell people time is the most important. The first 72 hours, man, you either gonna go back to what you know to provide, or you gonna try it and change, and all that's depend on your support system. So I want to be that support for individuals that want change. You know what I'm saying?
That's respect. But how did you get into
I got into it
that?
because I was that person coming home, right?
Though?
So I got into reentry. I was that person coming home from prison, right? First time I done 7 and change, came home 6 months, I was back, done another 7 and a half. That's 15 years of my life. So I'm like, man, listen. They say if you repeat the same thing 3 times looking for different outcomes, that's a sign of insanity, right? So my last time in federal prison, I done stuff that I normally wouldn't do. I was working.
Okay.
I was getting trades. I was setting myself up for success. You know what I'm saying? So, and I knew I had to go to a halfway house instead of coming straight home. Coming straight home, I'm lost. The resources is not there how people think. They always say the resources here. That's a front. That's just a shield there. Unless you digging through them and find it. They ain't giving you no paper and saying this is what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Never.
It's not happening.
Never.
So a lot of these people, a lot of these programs is up right now.
That's by design.
A lot of these programs up right now, like Fountain Fund and all that, that's a blessing, bro. That's a blessing. And people, I always tell people, take that opportunity, go to Home to Hope. When I came home, I ain't know about none of that.
We didn't have that.
It wasn't. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know about it. So I come home and I'm like, yo, I'm doing something different. I start cooking. I got certified as a cook. COVID broke out. Grandma's sick. She's staying with. I can't bring this and chance her dying from this, so I left cooking. Just so happened, Rob, they reached out. They was getting ready to do the piece in the street. So we connected. You know what I'm saying? As you said, asthma, so you know that's family. We connected. And I'm like, damn, this is what I want to do. We done a piece in the street, but once the piece in the street and the gun violence really went south, we sat back and we just like, we seen a lot of people that was there start moving on, doing other things. And I'm just like, yo, bro, you know what? We gonna do transitional housing. He always talking about reentry. I'm like, yo, I'm the blueprint to it because I've been through it. So from there, I'm around. I always tell people, be mindful, know who you're around, because I've been around a lot of people that was watching me and was waiting for me to ask. So them people they was already waiting to help me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm around these people, they see the work that I was doing.
Planting the seed.
I actually wasn't asking them.
Yeah, but you're planting the seed without even knowing.
By me actually doing the work.
Yeah.
So they like, listen. I'm gonna shout out Jean Noah. Jean like, listen.
Yeah, Jean.
She like, we doing the work, ID programs in the shelter. So she like, Jamey, they ain't gonna they want us to run it this way, but we need to do it like this. I told Jean, I said, man, we gonna do it how we need to do it to help these people. I said, when the backlash come, I'll take it. Not knowing the whole time, Jean a board member. So she see my drive and she just was like, I'm showing her the healthy, wealthy and wise, showing the programs that we run. She like, look, one of the heads of Habitat sit on the board. Let me write him a letter. From there, it was up. They seen us doing the work, and reentry to me is so important because people don't understand time, man. You can't get time back And the time from when you release, somebody got to be there to grab you. If you ain't got that support, communicating with somebody from the outside while you in, there's know what's going on, you lost.
Super lost.
You lost.
It's a very dangerous situation.
It is, because even when you go to halfway houses, they get you adapt for that area you at. Man, they sent me in Lebanon, Virginia. You ever heard of that?
What is it?
Lebanon.
Nope.
Listen. And it humbled me though. It humbled me. My old ties, and I couldn't go a lot of places because what I used to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't take me. They like, no, he got too much say so. He got too much pull. We gonna send him way off in this area. You'll never know where it's at. So
West Bumblefuck.
I'm in Lebanon on the corner of Tennessee, Virginia, right? But it humbled me because I said, look, when I came home, I got a job at KFC. My son joked me out. Right? My son joked me out. He joked me out. I'm gonna tell you this. He joked me out. Just like, the first job since me and Swab was up, clean machine. Yeah. They all know. What I'm just saying, we wasn't even really working, but we was up to no good. But that was my first job, my first legit job. But I'm working, and it's wild because I come home to what? I'm making $8.25 at KFC.
You needed that.
I needed that to humble myself, and I'm telling people, you gotta push that pride aside. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I'm in there cooking. So when I came home, I tell my son, like, listen, I'm about to get on the road and be gone for 3 weeks and back a week. He was like, nah, Dad, I ain't gonna joke about KFC no more. I want you here. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
And that sparked something into me. I was like, damn, I missed 90%, 95% of my son's life. So I'm like, man, I gotta make a change. I gotta make a change here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if it had to be KFC, I would work KFC, McDonald's, and Wendy's.
Any day to be there.
Just to be there for him, man.
That's real. It's a way to do it. It's always a way to do it. It don't matter what it look like. You know what I'm saying? And I want to commend, I know him my whole life, like kids, all the way up, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my daughter, uncle. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all my kids, uncle, for real, you know what I mean? So I just want to commend you on that work, man, that growth. I seen it, you know what I'm saying? And your thought process is different. It's a good thing to see, bro. Yeah. I really appreciate the person that you is, for real.
Oh, that's what's up.
Most definitely. I know you inspire a lot of people in the community, and they need, we got to commend you on that.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know what? I play the background a lot, man. I do. A lot of people don't know half the stuff I do, but I'm in the mix, and I always tell people, I'm at that table you ain't, but I'm speaking for you. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm speaking for you, so we can push these resources to the community. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking to youngsters, I'm like, listen, if I can change,
you can change.
You definitely can change. I said, y'all ain't even at the state where y'all was really doing
a head start.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
we 40 plus, just getting our stride and whatever we doing. They 20 something. That's a major head start, bro.
And what is it? I'm just look at it like all the money we blew. We could have built low income housing. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff we went through. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just saying, not knowing. So if somebody here,
we definitely at least gonna plant them seeds.
Yeah, but if somebody here to plant that seed and teach these people, teach the youth and adults, but just to teach them. Like, yo, we can do something in the community.
That's why they need to see this though, because we ain't see that. Like we saw individuals doing it, but we didn't see them come together. We ain't come together as a community for real, and that's why we got to do it now.
That's the thing I was about to say. We seen it, but the thing I feel like I'm different with. I'm gonna give you the same blueprint I got because I know how to turn up with this blueprint. I'm not gonna hide this information from you.
That's what I mean.
And that's. Back then, our community's so stuck on he doing better than me or she doing better than me. Nah, we all can do good. Just follow this blueprint.
Yeah.
And I'm here to push that blueprint. So if what anybody doing, I'm all for it if it's growth. You know what I'm saying?
Collaboration over competition.
Yeah. Now, how'd you get into the work, bro?
Man, how did I get into reentry, man?
Or community work as a whole.
Community work as a whole. Just thinking back on my journey. So I came through the Nation of Islam. So that's like a whole separate
structure.
Yeah, structure, a whole separate thing, man. But I came through the Nation of Islam, and when I first got in the mosque, I mean, the basis of our work is the resurrection of the dead, and it's not like a physical dead, but it's a mental and spiritual death. But it was kind of like the first time I seen, just individuals with lived experience at the forefront of leadership. Like, if you think back on Malcolm, you know what I'm saying? He did his time in prison. He came home, and he rose to prominence within that organization. And so when I came in the organization, I seen just that, right? So it really killed the whole, you got to go to college in order to be a business owner, to be a leader, or to do, just the traditional way of thinking in society. And so I seen that, and, I got busy, started doing the work, hit the ground, working with a lot of returning citizens, just in the community doing community work, community-based work, man. Most of our work was more so on the spiritual side, but then, I had the opportunity to connect with, like-minded individuals doing business, doing finance, doing all the different things that make up a community. And that's kind of like my basis of doing the reentry work and studying that movement in totality. But then, when I came back to Charlottesville from college, I got my first job. I was working at Beaufort, but I ended up transitioning to City of Promise, where I was like a liaison between a lot of the kids and the families in West Haven and the school system. But the thing about like working there, like it was like, I don't know, like I just want to be me. You know what I'm saying? I might come to work, I might got tattoo. I mean, I got tattoos. My head might be nappy, but that don't mean like, you know what I'm saying, the work isn't being done at a high level. So I took more of a, unorthodox approach when we started the organization. Me and Rush, we started the organization going and doing early reentry, going inside the youth detention centers, running the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise, where we got the curriculum from one of our Muslim brothers in Oakland, California, which was basically he used that curriculum to curb the gun violence in Oakland, California. So we adopted that curriculum, dealing with identity and purpose, trauma and pain, so dealing with like some of the mental health stuff, just overall better decision making, and then financial literacy, which is key for us, specifically Black men. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like our liberation is going to come through business ownership. But all that being said, as far as the organizational structure, it was unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? Because when I went to hire, when we went to Nakia came to us about doing the Peace in the Street stuff, I was looking for individuals in the community who weren't quote unquote polished up, had that traditional, college background to be able to go into the community and do the work and connect with the people, because our work is relationship building. So we adopted the credible messenger mentor model, which is those who are, closest to the problem are also closest to the solution, which means, these are individuals with, quote unquote criminal background, but just transform their lives to be able to do the work in the community. So, we started off, it was me, Bug, Derek, Rush, and then Martez. And so we basically started doing peace circles with guys in the community, running that same curriculum. And then, we ended up, he threw us the lob on the house, you know what I'm saying? And we started doing the reentry, the supportive housing piece. And then that's just where I stayed with the supportive housing piece, man, because that's huge in Charlottesville, because it ain't really nowhere for like when guys come home, or just people in general, like the housing, the market, the rent is so high around here, man. It's just so hard for people to find housing. So
disgusting.
That's where we stayed at, man, and been there ever since.
And to piggyback off that, we actually got the lowest rates in the community for shared housing. Not even that. We touch on mental health, and a lot of that. We touch on mental health, and people always talk about trauma, man. Trauma. And I always tell them it's hard to deal with trauma when you don't know how to identify it. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be trauma informed.
We go through life. I had to actually figure it out myself. We go through life thinking it's normal.
Yeah.
When we sit in front of these white people, they seeing the stuff we endure, they like that's not normal.
Yeah.
So once I learned what trauma was, then that's how I was able to.
But it came from you learning, being in that role.
To actually
like
identify,
the ACE test and all of that stuff.
To actually identify.
Like, damn, this ain't normal.
It ain't normal.
Yeah.
So, but and I always try to tell people, like, dig into that.
Yeah.
Understand, know what your trauma is, so you can fix that.
Yeah.
If we just tell them you need to work on your trauma, they like, ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
Because how we grew up wasn't normal, not in our communities. That's why a lot of times in the workplace we always got our guards up. And I done seen it in the workplace when a situation happened. One of my hirees, the executive director, asked him was he okay and gave him a hug. He broke down crying. She didn't understand it. I said because we not used to that. We used to having to be tough and keep it moving. Yeah. To us, it's sad we look at it. We look at that as a sign, like a sign of weakness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's really a strength, though.
So it is to be able to tap into your emotional side.
Yeah.
Because we carry a lot of weight, especially being black men in America. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we do a piece at the house with the mental health, and I think that's big. It's a lot. It's a lot. That mental health, just knowing your mental state and being able to read somebody else's, man, goes a long way. Because a lot of time, kids and adults act out off mental health. We thinking they just doing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's real. So you want to touch on, like, you touched on how y'all started the house, but how it really was, like, starting the house and where the house is, like, you know.
Boy, hey, so listen, the house was work. It was work, but it wasn't work.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was hands on. Yeah, you.
No, I'm just saying, like, that shit is hard, bro.
Maintain.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is hard. Like, and then, like, just provide context, bro. Like, we first generation business owners, first generation, like, just being in this type of professional setting a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
First generation, everything. So it's hard. Like, so you telling us, like, it ain't no blueprint to, like, to start a house, you know what I'm saying? So really, like, it's just kind of like building a you basically building a rocket while it's in the air.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like just trial and error, just seeing what work, what don't work, and just trying to, you know, be better, you know, day in, day out, and try to, you know, create a product that
find that groove,
that's sustainable. You know what I mean? Find that groove.
And just trying to cater to our community, man. So at one point, we just wanted to cater to our community.
Yeah.
And it just kept coming up. Our community was giving us the roughest time. So it's like, man, look, we try and put something in place to help and better our community. Like, take this and run with it. And I just, my thing again, how we grew up. Yeah. We really don't care about nobody else's. We feel like if we can get off on it, we go get off on it and go on.
Just because they
know
you like that.
Yeah, so that was a hard. So a lot of that when referring to the house or coming to the house, I don't even don't know. I'm sending someone, Bo over here, Bo can't do that. You got to actually go through the steps, man. Go through the process. Whatever you want, need, the support, or whatever you try, I'm going to make that happen. But it's a process you got to go through. That was really one of my biggest challenges with the house is just like, I don't want to feel like we ain't doing this for our community. Mm-hmm. When our community kicking us in the back and making it hard for us to continue to grow by not doing the follow-ups to try to complete the programs. But we found our groove. With it, and we still pushing. So
I actually wanted to also get like your experience, because our experiences too, like, because we all been in halfway houses. And like you said, the need was definitely there because there wasn't a halfway house really for just reentry, because we know reentry and recovery is two damn different things, but they mix it all the way up together. And some of them is because we got, you know, some of them is co-occurring, you know what I mean, issues and things like that. But at the same time, like we all experienced it. I'm gonna just say real quick, my experience with it, I was in the state and I came home and I had to go to Piedmont House. You know, the Piedmont House ain't there no more. And I was in my 20s then, you know what I mean? And I had somewhere to live. I had a place to go, but the judge court ordered and I was tight about that. For real, I was ready to go back in and just do my time and just, you know what I mean? Like,
let me ask you a question on that though.
Being
that you already had a place to go, you didn't take full opportunity.
I did not. That's exactly true. And I manipulated it the whole time. But then after I saw how much structure I should have had and couldn't, you know, saving your money doing all of that, I wasn't doing any of that. I was just doing whatever I could to get through because I was taking it because I didn't want to be there. I felt like I didn't need to be there. It was restraining me, and I was too young at that point to really realize that. So
that was the youth, man.
Yeah, for
20,
sure.
You said you was 20. Like me personally, like with anything I'm doing, like Bert said, it should be hard. Like it do be hard, bro. But it's hard. But to me, with anything I'm doing, as far as anything, I've learned to love the process. So like, even though it be hard, after like the journey and the process, I learned to love that part, and it make me just push forward. And like you said, you was 20 and that, like you hadn't learned to love the process yet. You hadn't learned to appreciate the process at least, because you know where it'll get you if you appreciate what it took you to get there. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like the reentry, like the halfway house situation, like to piggyback off what Bo said a minute ago. Like to smack somebody right in the middle of, like right now, the way the economy is right now, the way the climate is right now in America, the way it is, to smack somebody out of prison that's been in there 15 years, the feds for real, and just put them straight on the street is like, you might as well like, get his
bed ready. You might as well don't even.
Or get his casket ready.
Bed or casket.
That's a really, like, even though I was only in the halfway house like 2-3 weeks and was on the ankle monitor for like 45, 50 days, I needed every second of it.
And he had great support.
And I had great support, and I was in tune my whole bed, like, you know. So, but I still needed every second of that. So a dude that been down twice as much time as me, without, like, even if he do got that support, if he got a little less, it's gonna be rough. So like the process of, and now as a like 40 plus, I can look back on that and say, look, I needed that. That make me appreciate the process. Like I love that. You know what I'm saying?
What was like the major difference between like your first time coming home versus like your second time coming home?
I came straight home.
Straight home. Straight back
straight
at it.
there.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. We came straight. Boy, when we came home, Swab came home, what, 2 months before us? He came home in August, right?
I came home in September.
We came home in November.
November 1st.
Man.
It was like, but, and I look back on that time, bro, and I honestly feel like I was supposed to do all that stuff. Like we were supposed to do all that stuff because, like, I can look at that and be like, you know, I don't know. It just felt like we were just young and just did what we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the process got us to this point right here.
That's a fact, and I tell people, like, look, man, I had my first bid. I got immediate release. You hear me? Immediate. Get out of here. I still had 5.5, 6 to go.
Jeez. How did that feel?
What?
Like I can beat anybody at any time.
Yeah, I'm going right, and then, you know what I was saying? They done effed up, man.
I'm telling you,
I'm
like,
going
that's
right back out here.
That's what you're thinking, right?
Yeah,
that's
but because when a lot of dudes, when they go to jail, they wait to the end to try to get themselves together.
When it should start from day one.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to. And I'm going to tell you, my mom told me the realest I ever heard when I got sentenced. She said, son, they can't sentence you to nothing but 2 days. The day you go in and the day you come home. Anything in between, that's what you make it. You made your bed, now lay in it.
That's a fact.
It is a fact.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But I was playing. poker every night. I'm acting like I'm still outside. So when they came and said, I called home to the streets. They said, Rock said he come home. I'm thinking Rock supposed to be home. He caught a charge. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to been out there anyway. So they called me up there and said, Rush, come to the. So I come up there. I'm like, what up? They said, how you ride here Monday? I walked out. I said, stop playing with me, and walked back in. Bobo, like, Bo, go back up there. Yeah. They for real. I'm like, man, that ain't real. I'm going back and get on the phone. That's what we doing that thing. We on the phone. I'm about to go. Phone. Mail call when that letter came from the judge and said immediate release. I'm like, in my mind, I'm scared. I'm scared because
I know how to deal with it.
I never prepared myself.
Like what
I'm scared. I still got 5.5. So I knew I was coming back out here to do what I know, and that was the streets.
So what would be your advice for somebody in that situation right now?
Take the time, take the halfway house. I would tell people, once you get sentenced, you do your time. Don't let your time do you. And during time, you got to be mentally strong. You'll see a lot of dudes is the toughest dudes and feel like that, but they go on the pill line. They getting doped up half their bed, so they don't even know what's going on. Yeah. They getting so high, try to take the realization away that they incarcerated. Facts. That they become zombies.
I done been there before.
They come zombies, straight zombies. Real. They want to be numb. And I always tell people that's the same thing as smoking crack on the street. You chasing a high to escape reality. So I was 10 toes down the whole time. I tell a person like, if you want to do difference, you got to put yourself in spaces that you're not comfortable. If you comfortable in a space, you ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? You got to put yourself. You got to shoot anything you can do to make your life better when you come home. You should do it. I'm not telling you.
Got to do it.
You got to do it. You should do it and do something that you love. Like when I wake up every morning and go to work, it don't feel like work because I love what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just waking up, period. Yeah. It don't feel like nothing because I love the position I'm in.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not whatever. But for me, knowing where I was at
and where you at
knowing
now.
what I did and sacrificed to even be in this little position right here. Like the things I did, like to be in this position right here and like the chances I took, like the shoe, and like I was telling him in my last interview, like just chancing going to the shoe is because I need to have a phone because I still got 5 years left, but I'm like, my bid was so different this time. I was always preparing to come home, bro.
Yeah.
And now that I think about it,
that's one thing I can say.
Always preparing to come home.
Because if you got a date, you coming home. That's the whole thing. That's why reentry should start from day one.
And I had a person in my ear. I had my pops every time we have any type of conversation. It's always we can't lose if we don't quit.
Yeah.
So I never had that defeatist mentality like locked up. I got all this time to do this. I was always preparing to come home. Like I was buying stuff to come home. I was making clothing brands in there to set the stage for when I come home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I had to check his temperature. You know, I know him like, I know him and Rock like the back of my hand. So when I'm hearing this conversation, I had to check his temperature. I said, nah, bro, he ain't on it no more. Yeah. And I'm happy because I ain't on it no more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I can't be around that's on it because I don't live that life no more. Yeah. I don't want to be over there no more. So just to hear just conversations like, man, I'm doing this, this, that, and the third. I said, nah, bro, coming home with a different head. I even hit my brother. My brother be like, yo, what's up? I said, nah, he changed, bro. He was like, that's what's up.
Talk about your pops a little bit, though.
Man.
Oh, wait.
Pops, man. You know, Pops is Pops, man. Like, man, Pops did a lot for me as far as, like, I see, like, it's crazy. Like, life crazy, bro. I just gotta say that. I see, like, me implementing stuff with my son, and it's him. You know what I'm saying? And me, like, it's a whole nother generation of the same thing. Yeah. But it's like a head start with my son, like, and my dad got so much, even though without him not having to say nothing to my son as much or the kids as much, when I'm saying it, it's him saying it, you know what I'm saying? So his impact on me is like 100,000%. And like his community work is just
Yeah,
like
It's
he do
outrageous.
a lot for the community.
that's all I remember him for. Because I was with him everywhere when I was my son age. When I was 9, 10, my dad came home. I was with him everywhere, and he been doing that even when that wasn't his job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just going to meetings and seeing his interaction and seeing how people interacted with him, like how they gravitate towards him.
Yeah.
Like even when he wasn't in the position he in there at Ready Kids, just even how people gravitated towards my pops. I kind of see the same thing with me for real because I really don't be like on it to try to invite people in, but the way they gravitate towards me, and I seen how he handled that and how he like used that to be a proponent for like community work and helping people and like black men and like fathers and stuff like that. So I don't have like I ain't gonna say I have no other choice, but I feel like that's exactly what I need to do in some form of fashion, and I think I'm doing it to a certain degree because I get like, I ain't gonna say endless, but I get a lot of phone calls like people's like after our last interview, people getting locked up and wanting my advice on what their kids should do and how they should approach the situation and like that really like I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
That motivates you a little
It
more.
motivate.
Motivates
I
you.
remember seeing my dad get them same phone calls, you know what I'm saying? So
Tell them who your dad is, though. A lot of people
Eddie Harris, man, Deucey.
do see.
You know, Charles Nav, man.
Big
Yeah.
deuce.
Legend, man.
If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I can say that for sure. In the way that I'm doing it, I might be been doing, but not the way that I'm doing it. The knowledge, the nuggets that he dropped on me, you know, when I needed it the most as a young black man, just the history, you know what I mean, and like that Black Wall Street, all of that stuff,
Just the
getting it
introduction
embedded in my
to-
brain.
yeah.
Hidden
Yeah.
colors, like he would
Yeah.
come on, like. Come over there in the jail and take me out of there into another room and let me watch a DVD for an hour and a half. Now that's power of our culture.
I seen
you know
that.
What I mean?
I seen that. I was in the jail. I seen that. I'm like, yo, I'm getting people. Contact was in the jail. I've been locked up in a lot of institutions. I ain't never seen that before.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's big. And I really, like, even at the time I seen it because I was going through my situation and just being incarcerated. And, you know, having a conversation with your lawyer, they talk about 30 years. You blind, you can't even hear for real.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing this, right? And it ain't really hit me until, like, I came home this time to have a conversation with Weed and he brought it back up. And I'm like, yeah, man, that was big.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in a lot of jails and juvenile and adult. You're not getting no contact visit with nobody
Yeah.
in no jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, they stopped them in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was like, and for him to be a convicted felon, to be able to do that
And return
and
right.
show you, like, your life ain't over. Like, you ain't gotta
ain't.
you ain't gotta settle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, like,
And that's the big thing right there.
his influence on this whole, I think, field of community work, reentry, like him being in them rooms, him having the experience that he done had working at Ready Kids for 18 years, or like it's like endless, like,
Legacy.
and it's like any conversation I have with him, it could be about football. I get something out of life from it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
he just got it like that with that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Pop.
Pops.
Shout out to him.
And that's another thing, man. That the F word, fella. People think that's the end of the world, man.
They do.
Like, I think it's a crutch. People lean on, I'm a felon, I can't do it. Nah, you don't want to do it. Because you can kick any door open you want. And that was the thing I was scared of when I came home. I'm a felon, I can't do this. I ain't got no work history. I ain't got none of this. But you can do it, and I always tell people, no mean not right now. That don't mean forever.
Always
You
got
know
to
what
try.
I'm saying? No mean not right now.
That's the only way you can't
You
win.
got it,
Don't
you
try.
got
They
it.
say delay is not denial.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
you got to keep going, pushing.
And that's why I'm doing this. Freedom for felons,
fellas.
so they can see.
Yeah,
And
like-
it's a collective. It's been a movement. You know, that's what really made me start doing it, because I was getting so many no's in the beginning, like with going to like Walmart or something like that, and then had to get a job making $8.25, vandalizing, recycling or whatnot, and then running into a network marketing company, because I always had the entrepreneur spirit in me. But when I saw a Fortune 500 company will let me be a part of that, and like Walmart won't even let me work there, that's where the light bulb went off. Because like we said, it's going to be about entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? And everybody can't be an entrepreneur, but you know, you need multiple streams of income.
Yeah.
And if you can't be the entrepreneur, then you should invest with the entrepreneurs, and that's what we have to build eventually. You know what I mean?
And I told people got mad at me when I said this. So when that whole Trump situation, if you look around, you look at the races and the communities that was panicking. It was us. So I'm just like, man, the conversation at the dinner tables got to change. It should be teaching the kid about credit, investing, saving. College is cool if you going to make money.
Yeah, if you can make it make sense.
Trade schools, like, no debt. My son 19, man, 19 years old. Make great money. I don't want to put my son, but make great money.
Shout out to him.
And they just wanted to sign him to the union at 19. Like, he didn't want to go to college, and he voiced that. Dad, I ain't really. He told his mom, but he was in the game of computers. Son, you got to learn how to hook the game up. So you need to. Yeah. And when he was introduced to that, he fell in love, straight out of high school with the company. We got to start having different conversations at the table with our children. Not saying that the conversations we having ain't good, but we got to put more on there. Because growing up, we weren't thinking about how your credit gonna be or.
And we got a head start now, bro.
Yeah, but
all this stuff happened late. I know for me and my generation of the guys I grew up with, all these conversations and all this turnaround and this type of progression, it happened late for us. You feel me? Like, it ain't no thing, but it happened though.
Yeah.
You feel me? We got a chance to make it a head start for the next group. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and then they got a chance to make it even earlier for their group, and then that's what we need to start doing. And the entrepreneurship thing. I mean, everybody can't be an entrepreneur, like Joe said, but we can always consume and spend and with each other.
Yeah.
Like, we can circulate that and watch it grow right here. Like, we can do that. It's like, I try to do that as much as I can, you know. I know it's always certain things you need to go whatever and get wherever from where, but if I can spend my money around in the community and watch it grow and go around in that circle and touch his hand and touch his hand and his hand, the same 20, 15, whatever dollars, you know what I'm saying? If we continue to spend with each other, we can grow that, but
we really building the community.
We got to build the economy within inside the community.
Yeah, we got to.
Speaking on the building and all of that, so at the halfway houses, talk a little bit about, and also some of the initiatives I know you have had. Like, we work together with the workforce training and stuff like that, partnerships. Like, what are you infiltrating into the programs to get to your people to, build them up and stuff?
So look, when we do that a lot, I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna let Rob take it over. I always tell people we go after 3 small goals to get to the big goal. Because a lot of times when you ask people, what's your goal? Everybody, I want to own a business, I want to do this. But it's steps you got to take to get to that point. So I'm always telling them, look, first focus on the small goals so we can get to the big goals. That could be anything as getting the ID, getting birth certificate, parenting class so you can connect back with your family, having great mental space. I always try to get them to do the small things before we jump to that big goal, because you'll get stuck in that big goal running in circles, not knowing where to start. So if you got these 3 starting points, you can navigate to your big goal.
The blueprint.
Makes sense.
That's the blueprint I use.
Don't overwhelm them.
Don't overwhelm,
yeah, for sure. Man, you just touched on it. I always use the model, the ABC model. So find a job, find a better job, and then find a career. You know what I'm saying? So you got to start somewhere. You got to have some type of income coming in, active income coming in. You might got to do what you hate just to do what you want eventually, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, for us coming from the communities that we come from, we might not have access to wealth, you know what I'm saying, or generational wealth. So we got to do what we got to do to get to where we want to go. And just keeping it real with, the guys in the house, like, they know different from us for real, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, we might be dealing with some of the same stuff they dealing with.
We are.
So just having real, authentic conversations with people and not like trying to, getting them to see the bigger picture, but not trying to sell them a dream or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Force it on them.
So, but you want to touch on like the partnerships, like that we had together, the Home to Hope and the Pipelines and Pathways, when we ran that cohort for the individuals. Just man, was that 3 weeks?
That was that was like a 4-week job readiness training, man. And shout out to Home to Hope, man. Definitely big shout out to Nakaya. Shout out to Stacy. Shout out to Weedy, man. Y'all been like a
Fitch,
man, Roy Fitch, the whole team up there, man. Y'all been like a huge support to us, man. I don't even know where we would be.
Likewise, too.
If it wasn't for y'all, you know what I'm saying, with the, getting the referrals and just providing the wraparound of peer support. But yeah, the partnership we had, we did a job readiness training in partnership with Pathways and Pipelines at UVA. Basically, like, because a lot of times people think, all right, when I get the job, like that's the end all be all. But once you get a job, you gotta know how to keep a job.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we really stressed that with the job readiness, like preparing individuals for when they get in these situations, when they get on the job. Now you know how to, keep that employment and keep stable employment and keep that income coming in. So that was cool. Big. Yeah, that was
definitely
cool.
Was big.
For sure.
And a lot of people don't know how crazy y'all caseloads are.
Yeah.
Man, that's one thing. Listen, I'm behind the scenes and I'm up. So listen, I definitely want to take my hat off to you. They don't understand how many individuals that you have to make contact with,
make time
and
for
not even make time. Like boundary wise, I don't see how he do it in his schedule because it's 2 people. The caseloads. I know the caseloads are. His one caseload, this should be 3 people doing it.
For sure. Yeah.
I don't think they understand that. So as a client, when a client get frustrated, I'm like, hold on, nah, we ain't gonna do that. I said, man, this man making time to do this for you. I'm gonna make sure you do it on my end. We're gonna do it together. I know you're gonna collab. I said, but you don't understand how many individuals with your same needs pulling on that man. And he still gotta do his meetings. He still got to do his paperwork. They don't understand that, and that's that's what I always try to tell them. Look, we gonna do the work with you, but you got to understand it's not just you. You're not the only person in this situation. So when I need you and I need the things you supposed to have, please have them. 9 times out of 10 they don't. I'm all men. We always going back and forth. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, man, they don't know how tough his job is just to be able. You got 1 million people putting you 1 million different ways, man, and to maintain that, man, I definitely do take my hat off to you on Stacey, man.
Sure.
Yeah,
I want to say something about what Bert had just said about the be able to like keep a job once you get a job, like educating people on how to, cause like the job I got now, this like I don't know, I feel like this is my first real job. I done had a bunch of jobs before, but
always
like,
work. They don't know that, so I always kept a job, even when we was
job. But I ain't never had no benefits, and you know what I'm saying, I could put my son on my 401k and like, you know what I'm saying, like teaching somebody about how to do that stuff, because it can be like overwhelming for real. Like I ain't gonna lie, I put it off for like a week before I did it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just felt like it was overwhelming. It was a lot. Like, man, this is like a life altering decision. Like with your health benefits and hold up, like, but having somebody ready for that is big, bro. Like,
just teaching them about the 401.
Just teaching them about the 401, teaching them about like what healthcare is and how to, like, you know what I'm saying, fill out them type of forms, and if you got dependents, how to add them to your forms, or like somebody like a beneficiaries and all that type of stuff. Like that's big, I think, in reentry for real. Like the whole reentry space has so much room for growth in this area, especially, but like just to hear y'all talk about like them things as y'all trying to implement, like I'm one to say that it's definitely needed in the situation.
Yeah, how many? Yeah, that 401k. How many? We ain't know nothing about.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't like a stupid person. Like I had jobs, and I'm like, yo, I know I ain't slow.
But when you dig into it though, right, and you actually go further, the 401k. But when you see what the capital group's doing with your money, and they sending you that letter every 2-3 months. You seeing how this money stacking up. You like, what the? It's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new ball game. Like, you already street smart, so you know how to make that money clear. But when you see this 401 doing the same thing, like, I've been doing the wrong thing my whole life. I've been doing the,
you know what I'm saying?
Like I've been doing the wrong thing, and I can sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Not worried about the door I was doing it.
Right. When this the easy way.
Yeah.
When ain't none of this, ain't none of that. I ain't got to work. You know what I'm saying? That feeling right there, I never.
It's the best
stop
feeling
talking
in the
about
world.
that.
It's a blessing.
I love to hear it too.
I love it.
I love the
it's
feeling.
a blessing, bro. From going from like always worrying about like
Always on the move.
like, and then always you worrying about something so much, right?
Yeah.
That you don't even know you worrying about it because you're doing it all the time. Like, it's just noise in your head that's just there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't even like, you numb to it. But you really worried about like behind, watching your back, you know, police, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you doing that you ain't supposed to be doing, you got something to worry about. With that noise right there gone, like me personally, my personal experience, my focus is crazy because I don't hear that.
Yeah.
But you doing something different though, like with your career path. You want to touch on that, like the skill set, like getting the actual skill set and how that's kind of like been beneficial.
I just feel like I always been a person, even in like when I was like in the street life, whatever. I always been a person that like give myself multiple ways to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm always gonna take a chance on something. Mm-hmm. Like you know, I was in the streets, you know, drugs and all that. But you could also call me and say, man, you got some TVs for sale? Because I might have some of them too. Like I'm always gonna have myself with multiple avenues to win. That's just in me. That's from my pops probably too.
I was thinking the same.
But when I was in, like I told you, I was always preparing to come home. So I took a lot of trades. I took AutoCAD, which is computer-aided drafting, where you do blueprints. You can design rims, buildings on the computer. You know what I'm saying? I took that, finished that. That class was like 1,000 hours maybe. And it's like through the Virginia Institute. Ain't no BOP certificate institute. It's from the Virginia Technical Institute. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's official. Ain't no time period on it. Don't go expire or none of that type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Also did like I sat in on welding. That's what got me into welding when I came home or whatever. I sat in on welding classes and I liked that, so I took that when I came home. I just felt like I did research on certain things, and if I kind of liked them, I looked it up and seeing what the pay might be and see what it takes to be able to at least do the work. You know what I'm saying? So
what's your plan with like the welding joint?
The welding, I believe I want to work for myself with the welding.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I want to, acquire the equipment and then just build a brand. And build a little customer base. You know, I know a few people that need
high demand.
Constant
high
work.
demand.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because it's constant demand. Because it's low people that know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really gonna shoot for that, like springtime, to start like looking at doing that because the weather cold right now. But I can still do it. But I just want to wait till it get a little warm. You can start considering it.
I want to touch on what he said. So that's for anybody. That's for the youth, anybody that want to change. He took his same drive and hustle from the streets and transferred it to the real world.
It's all transferable.
You still can get a bag. You still can look the par.
Yep.
You still can do it all. And I tell dudes like, they like, bro, I'm not in the street, bro.
Yeah.
But I can look good because I understand credit. I understand budgeting. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm taking the same grind and hustle I had in the streets, and I turned it over to the real world.
Yeah.
It's got some new tools, that's it.
New tools. Like once you know how to identify that tool, you know how to identify it, you learn the language, you can do anything.
So look, we touched on the partnership, which is huge. Like people, so that they can see we working together behind the scenes, and we creating opportunities for the community. You know what I mean? It was your initiative to make sure that workforce training happened.
Yeah.
You partner with Holly, and shout out to Holly, and shout out to Nakai for sure. You know what I mean? Like, but those opportunities that we're creating is really, we're gonna keep building on that. Like, because what we know now is lived experience is currency. It can be currency. It depends on how you use it, of course. You got.
No, it can. It definitely currency.
For the people that's watching, you could do what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
You just gotta want to do it because we we actually are doing this. Like we really like Cynthia is over there training people, peer support specialists, and then you can go and connect with Rob if you want to come and do some peer support groups and things like that. That's how you get your hours, so it's doable. But you do got to make the sacrifices. Like you said, you have to cut people off and certain things going on in life to be able to do it. But you can make you can make $20-some an hour just doing this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had all lived experience in the shelter, so I'm taking me getting to where I'm at over there. I'm hiring all people from our communities, lived experience, and I really don't want to say what I started with, but they start off with a good amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like money, life changing.
Yeah.
Life changing money, like without any education or degrees, but we got to realize we are the blueprints to a lot of this.
Yeah.
Lived experience.
Lived experience.
It's definitely currency for yourself, I would say. Like, my experience that I lived through, going through what I went through, and all my experiences, that make you who you are, whatever. And, like, I can always revert back to an experience and know what not to do. You know what I'm saying? The mindset I got now, like, I could be like, I can't do that. I already know. Like, even when I'm doing with the clothes or whatever, like, man, them joints, I can't keep buying all the mediums. Them joints ain't selling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
especially when Bo needed 2, 3.
yeah.
Like,
So
God.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be like, you know, all your lived experience, man, all from the smallest minute thing to the biggest thing, all it can translate to something. You know what I'm saying? So I just the lived experience is big, man, and really introduced me to that. My dad, like, and I was like, man, for real, like they that's a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it made me just think about it
Right.
while I was in there, like, yo, I got endless lived experience. I done been through. It's a movie.
What?
It's a motion picture. No, seriously, for real. And I think about, like, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff, man.
But
So,
it's identifying, just knowing the language, man. And
Yup.
I seen you work. That's what you was working on.
yeah.
Like-
Another thing I took public speaking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I took public speaking, and that
I
joint
need to do.
translated.
Me too. I hate public.
It translated into, like, I was in a drug program inside, right? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you get a year off for doing it. You know what I'm saying? Off your sentence or whatever. You're supposed to get a certain amount of halfway hours too, whatever.
Yeah.
Depending on you.
So I'm in there. I get in there. I get up on that mic. It's over with. Like, I'm a senior peer in like 2 weeks. I'm still in the first phase of senior peer. Like, that don't be happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I knew how to communicate, and that was from taking a public speaking class. When was that, Buckingham? 2007? 2000 what? 5?
Yeah.
2005?
Definitely 5.
Yeah.
From 2005 all the way to 2020. That joint helped me then. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are your experiences, man. Put yourself in position, experience things that can help you. You know what I'm saying? And that helped me through that
RSAs,
program. That's a year of my
reflections.
that's a year of my life.
Yeah.
That helped me get a year of my life back. You know what I'm saying? Just taking a public speaking class, putting myself in a position to be a leadership, not really liking to be in that position. Personally, like when you tell me, okay, you gotta lead.
Yeah.
That ain't my thing. I can lead by example.
Right.
Watch what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you the way, but no, you gotta lead. I never have been in that experience, but being in that experience in there helped me learn to know that I can do it.
Yeah, and
You
it
know what I'm
took
saying?
all the bad energy you had around leading, right?
Yeah.
We like, oh, them, they
exactly.
policing it. It take a lot of that away because you start to understand what you're doing.
And also,
Just being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
and they
You know what I'm
also,
saying?
that's how they be
It's
looking
growth,
at you,
yeah.
right? And the whole time I'm in there, bro, I did one write-up. And that's for a dude, because he just kept playing around. You know what I'm saying? He kept kicking the toilet, man, breaking the toilet. We all got to use the toilet, but stop doing that. But I ain't gonna get in that. But like, what I'm saying is, I showed them you can lead in a way where you ain't got to be like that, be on everything.
Yeah.
I'm leading with respect. When it's a hostile situation in the group, they coming to get me, the senior period. They're not coming to get the other dudes. They don't come get me because I don't have to say much.
Yeah.
Like, y'all not about to do that though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that still comes from a lot of they respecting how you move.
That's what I'm saying.
How you
All
move.
being transferable.
Yeah.
Because
Shows-
you were like that on the street.
and it
Right.
shows dudes like that got the same mindset as me that don't want to be in that position, like don't want to take on that.
You
When they
can.
see me doing it, they be like, oh, I can lead like
Now they
that.
want to step up.
Now I can step up.
Yeah.
Gotta see it.
You know what I'm saying? I want dudes like me to have that type of confidence and that encouragement to be like, I can lead without being like looked at as like, you know what I'm saying, leading a certain way or whatever. Like leading by respect, leading by like, you know what I'm saying, with compassion and treating everybody equal. You can lead like that.
Especially with grace.
I don't know
You know,
where
yeah.
people get all this disrespect, because inside it's the most respect.
And that's one thing I tell people, right? And that's why when dudes come in, certain things I do, like in the inside, from being in a federal prison with all 50 states and 2 territories,
It's such a different
it's
environment.
a different environment. So if I was in line, I wouldn't cut the line, because cutting the line could cost you your life.
It's gonna crash. It's gonna cause a couple people
Not
their life.
even just you, your
Couple
whole
people.
car,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever car you in. If you in a Virginia car, you in a blood car, you anyway. Yo, you got to be mindful. You got to think for people. I still think for people out here. That's why I'm being around like that.
And it's
I
a
don't-
sacrifice.
Yeah, like I know if I cut this line, I got 200 dudes going behind me, and they gonna give it up.
And I appreciate my federal experience just because of that. Because I probably still be a little childish for real if I ain't had to deal with that, like being respectful, even if I don't even know you. Like I gotta
the
respect
first-
you. I can't just jump the line because I know I can't.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the first thing.
Being
Yeah.
incarcerated in a whole nother state will get you that too. You
Yeah.
got to understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Man, when you young,
Zero tolerance.
no tolerance. When you go in there and you see that 30-foot wall smack behind you, like you like, hold on. When you get in there, your celly like
Just being on man time.
on man time. That's what they say a
Yeah.
lot. You get in there, your celly like, Slam, I got 2-3 lives.
It's
on.
blessings in everything, man.
Like you,
Everything.
reality sit in. Like
Even if it don't directly affect you or whatever, like us. But if something happened that's not like the greatest thing, and you're like, man, like you know what I'm saying? Why just had to happen? But then in retrospect, I look and I see that there's a blessing in there. But it might not be for me. It might be for my son or my uncle. Like they might have caught the blessing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just so much
They don't
growth
have to go
within
through it.
going through these situations that I can appreciate that, even though the blessing won't from me. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a mindset too. Just
Yeah.
knowing how to turn a negative into a positive.
being grateful, having gratitude. Yep.
that's
Gratitude,
That's
that's
that
big.
word, gratitude.
Yeah, I've been spinning that joint the whole year. I've been spinning that, you know what I'm saying? But it's something and everything for somebody. Like that program ain't for me. As far as like, I wouldn't tell nobody like me to go in there to try to like. I did better myself, but I'm just saying like for the reasons they say that the program is for, it ain't gonna be for that. But I took something out of it though that I can use like every day,
Yeah.
every single day.
What was that? Because I did too, and I always tell
Positive
people
self-talk.
Self-talk. All I say
Positive
is
affirmation.
reflection. Yeah, reflection. You reflect on the situation, and you can use this. I took that as well, but we call them ours. You reflect.
RSAs, yeah.
You reflect. Then you reflect on the situation. Then you think about the different outcomes. After that outcome, action. Your action steps. I use that in my everyday life. Them self-talks is
That's
real.
a key.
Like,
That's a key.
like
Yeah.
at the time, I was just doing it, like
Yeah.
just to get. But as I got older, I found myself repeating that, like in everyday life.
And the gratitude thing.
Yeah, gratitude
Affirmations.
always.
All right. Well, let's touch on, before we wrap up. Let's touch on like the biggest like community need you see right now, and what you or things that you're working on. You know what I mean? Because we know housing is a
It's
big
the biggest,
issue,
yeah,
but
it's the
and we're
biggest.
working on that for sure by trying to build more transitional housing. You know,
I say mental health, man, and we
yeah, y'all are working on
we
that.
working
Talk
on
about
that. Not even that, and just understanding if you're not hip to mental health, Region 10 offer a free course, mental health aid. You know what I'm saying? So when you are doing this work, or even at home, you can identify what's going on with an individual, man.
That's important.
I feel like that's so big, like, because we do a lot of work with people, and just to know how to identify or how to approach or how to move forward.
Yeah.
Because for real, every day, like when we was doing that gun violence, and we put our life in danger.
That's a fact.
Like we put our life in danger, but to us it's normal. That's part of that trauma I was
Yeah,
telling you
that's
about.
true.
We go in not thinking. But on the other side, them people like, hold up, we ain't doing this. So I just feel like mental health, man, especially in the black community, we feel like it can't happen to us. I went through, I had to go through counseling, bro, to understand how selfish I was to everybody around me, and I'm feeling like ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
So once I start going through therapy and understanding myself and understanding how to be a man, my life been totally different. I actually listen and think about the next person, what I do, how it affect. Or I used to be like, I put myself here, not thinking that I hurt my mother, my son.
Yeah.
My whole family is hurt because of what I
Don't get
did.
it till it's too late.
Yeah, and
You already
then
done that.
so just understanding yourself and understanding your flaws and fixing yourself, man. Mental health is huge, bro.
Sure.
I just feel a lot of problems come from because we don't know what's going on, and we tend to self-medicate, get high, get drunk, try to escape it, instead of actually
Always
doing the
be
work
there.
with it, man.
Yeah,
Keep
self-medication,
on showing up.
self-diagnose.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
without the information, you can't diagnose yourself if you ain't got the right information.
But we know we feel something, so we want to ease the pain.
It's a stigma on that in
Yeah.
our community. It was. It's it's getting better as the generations go. I think mental
I
health.
think so, too.
Because I talked to my daughter, who's 25. Talked to Akira, and she's so in tune with her feelings. It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The youth, like they're in tune with their feelings a little bit better than we were. Bro.
Yeah, we a little different.
Yeah, but they so in tune with their feelings. Like it was amazing to me to talk to her and hear that. Like from a person like at that age, I'm like 25 talking about. No, I ain't talking about no feelings with nobody. You know what I'm saying? My dad or otherwise, you feel me? But so mental health is a big thing, bro. And I've really got to this point where I feel it's a big thing being around you. You know what I'm saying? Because you stress that point a lot, and it just been piquing my interest to even just look at it and just know, and like you said, being able to assess a person or yourself,
Yeah.
you have something going on.
Bro, just not to cut you off, just think about it. A lot of times in life, in the streets, we was here. Coming back, sometimes we chasing that same thing. And I used to tell one individual, bro, we can't get no bigger than who we are. You know what I'm saying? But that's mental health. That was his mental health triggering him. So he had all good in his face, but he chose to chase who he was. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so big. That's why I'm really big on that, because I see it. Like, I see it every day, man. Like,
Definitely. But I wanted to just say, because you have the specialist there. So how are they able to tap into that resource, or have you?
When guys come in the house?
Yeah.
I mean, we do it through intake. So basically, like when you
Needs assessment.
we do a needs assessment and figure out, you know what I'm saying, what you need the most, and then we kind of align you with the different services that we offer. We right now we offer SAIOP, mental health skill building, and then like outpatient therapy. So just like individual one-on-one
major, though.
counseling.
That's
You know what I'm
huge.
saying? So
That's huge, because I know how the other houses are, and like I said, and I want you to touch on, because you do the reentry, but you also do just recovery. You do recovery and you do
ongoing,
reentry.
ongoing.
And it's both transitional housing. But did you separated the houses?
Yeah.
With that too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so he has two houses, which is major. You know what I mean?
he always
Sure.
say two. It's really three. Two, where one is
it's
a duplex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's two duplex.
It's really three.
Then,
It's really
yeah,
three.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, because the other houses, I mean, honestly, for our people, I'm gonna speak on this. You know, for our people, it's very hard for them to find transitional housing. So it's very big that you are doing that for our community,
It's
because
huge.
the other houses are discriminating against us, people of color, and
Can't
that's
afford
just
it.
being real.
Yeah, can't
you know
afford
what I
it.
mean? And the other houses, there's a lot of good women's houses. I will say that, but for the males, it's just y'all or nothing,
Few
really.
far in between.
And so because everybody is not just. They may be recovering from something, but everybody's not recovering from substance abuse. You know what I mean? And so the fact that you're separating is good. You know what I mean?
Because it should be separated. Like I've been traveling, going to these different, even with the shelters and the recovery side.
Yeah.
If it's not separated, they move a little different, and what they doing could interrupt my
But that's
recovery.
what's happening every day, though, in them other houses.
So what they
saying.
doing, it can set me back. It can mess my recovery up. So if I'm around you, to be mixed, it'll never work. It always got to be stepping stones.
Yeah.
That's why ours is actually ongoing recovery. So we still helping them.
And we need to highlight that and educate the people because they don't know. You know what I mean? That's why I'm.
Yeah, probably a
doubling back
design
on
for
that.
it to be all mixed up like that, like
By
Diddy said, by design.
Yeah, and I always tell people,
It's a
man, we
melting
trying to break the cycle.
Absolutely.
We ain't trying to keep you in
Yeah.
the cycle. That's even when I do referrals. I'm not referring you to somebody that I know gonna spin you around. I'm gonna refer you to somebody I know that's doing the work just like me, because I'm trying to break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? We ain't looking for numbers.
I will say this, like difference between coming home last time and this time, the whole like outtake process. I seen people like us in them positions. I will say that, and then coming home seeing y'all guys doing what y'all doing, we doing what he doing, and the whole home to hope movement and all that, and seeing who in the positions. I will say through my whole reentry process, it was people that like looked like me and talked like me.
Yeah.
Even when I was at Piedmont, I mean, I was
That
at
made you
Petersburg.
feel comfortable though.
I was
It made-
way comfortable. Like when people like, you know, people come from a different back. You know, we come from, you know, getting money, whatever. Somebody might ask you if a person the wrong person asks you like you want food stamps or Medicaid, you might be like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You know
saying. But you need it.
But somebody that look like me want, I'm like, yeah, I want it. You know
Why
what I'm
would
saying?
that?
Why wouldn't that? Why you even asking me?
Right.
Just sign me
And
up.
that's
it's like
the
a
thing with
stigma
our
around
cousin.
it.
Yeah,
It's
but
like a
you don't
stigma
want
around
certain
it.
people to make you feel like that,
Right.
but being in them positions and seeing guys like us that talk like us and make us comfortable and be able to answer honestly directly from what we need is like tremendous. Like he said, like transitional housing, man. I'm a huge advocate for it just because of what it did for me, and I was only there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I had the box on for like a month and a half, which was basically, it's like a form of transitional housing type of thing because you still got restrictions. You still got to report to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was what I needed. So I'm a big advocate for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big advocate for any type of transitional housing because it put me in a position to be where I'm at right now, which ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? It could be way worse being home 6 months, whatever it's been.
Man, you running right now, and don't never take that from yourself. Bro.
I'm just what I'm saying is that I wouldn't be able to run without that little that time to let me know I
No, it made you sit down. It made you sit down and
It made me
think.
be comfortable with sitting down. I ain't gotta be everywhere doing everything. I could be in the crib and still accomplish stuff, especially in the digital era. I can do everything from the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that made me think about like that question made me think about how like during the reentry process, like when we like splitting the two houses up, right? You got it's different populations within one population. But then what I'm thinking about is then like how like when y'all incarcerated, it's just one population. Like it's a whole bunch of different, you know what I'm saying, different variations.
That's the worst part about it because
that's crazy though to think
because
about
they
that.
expect us. They'll tell like before COVID we were going into the jail. They're supposed to have a reentry block. They'll tell you that they have reentry inside of the jails. It really don't be reentry because if somebody beside me still got a life sentence or they still got however many years, that's not
So
you putting me in a hostile environment.
And with the jail, from our understanding, when we was trying to, the jail only offered if it's asked. If you don't ask about it, they not offering
Which
the
is
service.
crazy.
Yeah, that's something that should be in
Mandatory.
your face. Yeah,
It should be
That
mandatory
really
if you
seems
want
like-
people to come home different.
My bad. That really seemed like that's the case, period.
yeah.
Because if I didn't know the people I knew, I wouldn't have knew about the resources. But
Yeah.
I just happened to know these people, and I knew about the resources.
Yeah.
But like it seemed like if you don't ask, they not telling.
But I'm
Even
more
with the
so
halfway houses. If you ain't on them,
You ain't on.
if you ain't on them,
You ain't going.
You ain't going.
So that's why if y'all have people that are incarcerated, you know, my bros got the halfway transitional housing.
They definitely need
Connect with
advocate
us.
from the outside
So if they ain't loopy, just they need somebody from the outside to push and stay on them counselors about them dates, because
I'm about kick the door down.
I'm talking about beat it down, because man, if you not on them, man, you not going. You going.
You're lost in the sauce.
You lost.
They wasted my time with my process, right? And I get to the halfway house, jail, whatever, the transitional situation I'm going to. They act like ain't no beds. Ain't nobody sleeping on the top bunks. Nobody.
No.
It's all bottom bunks. You talking about you got no bed.
Yeah,
and that's just trying to, you know how they squeeze in the system or whatever, but God, like you got people like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got people waiting on a bed.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a wild situation,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
And I'm more so like talking about like how the guys with the mental health disorders
Inside,
is just
it's always right there.
Yeah,
It's right
through
there.
the system. You know what I'm saying?
It's
right
it's
there.
right there, but like, so when you try to do recovery in the system, it's different, because it's so they feel like RDAP is their recovery blocks.
Because they mix the mental health.
They mix mental health with the
Right.
recovery. But the thing about it is, bro, when dudes incarcerated, a lot don't want the help, and that's one thing we gotta take that into consideration too. It's there if you want it.
It's especially there inside.
Yeah, but a lot of dudes don't want the help, or they don't understand what they're going
and
through.
a lot of times it's not really no initiative
Yeah.
for it. You know what I mean? But if you think about public safety, it should be an initiative for the state to want to make them mandatory. You know what I mean? For every individual that's coming in, from day one, they need to start doing something. They could do it if they want to. They make you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning for a count.
That's right.
They can make you go and do that stuff.
It's just not a priority.
They just not making.
Nah,
yeah,
they
because
don't want it to be.
They don't make you take your meds, none of
the
that.
federal
They want to
system,
fill the beds.
Yeah, a lot of federal system inmates running populations.
Yeah.
They don't-
One thing I will say about the feds, the mental health department don't be playing around. They got respect in the Fed. Like they gon' if you want to utilize the mental health department, psychology, if you want to utilize that in the federal system, they got plenty of.
But
They got it.
you gotta want to do
You
it.
gotta
though.
push. You gotta
Yeah.
reach out and ask. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or somebody got to do it on your behalf. Like I done seen people talk to them about somebody like they got a problem. They come see them. They come to the building to see you. They don't call. They want to make you comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So they'll
Yeah.
come and see you. You know.
That's what's up.
Yeah, meet me
But
where you at.
They the only ones that come through the shoe.
Yeah.
Because the shoe is like you gonna
What?
experience some mental health issues
Yeah.
in there. They gonna come through and check on. They gonna go to every door in the whole shoe, give you puzzles, cross whatever, like something to take your mind off being in that
They don't want you
situation.
to check out. They want you to
Khalif
keep
Rob.
getting that check.
That's what I will say. Like the mental health part of it. If you need the help in the feds, they'll give it to you. They're not just gonna offer it. You gotta ask for it.
And that's
Gotta ask
that's
for
my
it.
thing about us understanding and knowing what
mental health is.
mental health and trauma is, man. Like, you can't fix something you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
You don't know what you're going through. It's hard to work on that piece.
it's a fact. Yeah, it's a good conversation. We definitely gonna have a part 2, man. But
Great
any
conversation.
plugs y'all wanna socials or anything events or anything upcoming?
You got any? I just want to say to the individuals that want change, female or male, like, I'm with you 100%. Like, any resource I can offer, anything I can offer, if you want change or you want to do better, I'm here, man. Utilize that. I'm just the type of person. You gotta go through the ropes, man. I can't shortcut it because I got to answer for the shortcuts, man.
That's a
But
fact.
if you want help and I can help you, man, that's what I'm here for. Like, I'm
Tap
here to
in
help.
with Big Bo if you need
Tap
the
in.
help.
And I want to shout out Candace, man. She
Yeah,
one of
for
ours.
sure,
She
yeah.
got a strong woman movement.
Most
Oh
definitely.
yeah, Candace
going
doing her
on.
thing for sure.
Tap in
Definitely
with
shout
her.
out.
Tap in with her. Like, we all go through things, man. And she doing what she doing out her heart. Like, the town be so divided, man. We need to come together as one. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell when she genuine about what she
Yeah,
doing. Like you can tell she like that's from the heart, bro. She ain't
so,
playing around.
So tap in with her,
Yeah,
man.
She a crybaby.
That's what's
Tap
up,
in,
though.
tap
I
in
see
with
a
it,
lot
man.
of people doing the work. Definitely saluting everybody on that. And yeah, come together. It's a position for us all to play. So just, you know what I mean, do the work.
Yeah.
I did want to plug the Toys Drive. We do the joint every year. It's the
Okay.
9th annual.
Yeah.
Spearheaded by Jamar,
Yeah.
Dream.
Shout
But
out to them.
December 21st from 3 to 5 at the Cherry Avenue Boys and Girls Club. So
Ain't the the proceeds from the sneaker ball go to that?
Don't give me the line. I think so.
I think
don't
so.
know.
So I think so. The proceeds from the sneaker ball. So y'all gonna put that stuff on. You know, it's going to a good cause. It's going to the kids, man.
Yeah.
That's all he
If you
wanna do
see,
anyway.
if you see
He wanna
any
do
of
it,
us,
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's all he
you know,
wanna do.
you don't
Anyway.
look, if you see any of us out here, support us because we doing good stuff in the community. I can really say that. You know what I mean? Support us however you can. You know, if you're a funder or something, investor, you know, we need more help with the housing and stuff like that. You know, anything else?
Yeah, you can always volunteer with the organization, whatever your skill set is. You can
That's
offer that to
important.
the organization.
Very important.
Yeah, funding. If you want to donate, hit the link in the bio. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram at the Uhuru Foundation VA. So
All right, that's what's
Yeah.
up.
All right, pride, leave that pride, push that pride to the side, man. If you need help, speak up, man. Like, we all need help at times. And I'm glad y'all actually doing the work as well, supporting the community, man. But that's what we're here for. Lean on each other, man. Make our community stronger.
thank y'all for having us. It's an honor and a privilege. to
Yeah,
come
I
on
appreciate
here.
y'all for coming, man. This
Can't wait till the next one.
yeah, this was dope for real. I'm glad y'all pulled up, man. We put it together. I'm happy.